Thank you very much, everyone. I am extremely excited to be able to walk you through our highlights of our 2016 summer product release. Now, today we'll show you everything that's new in My Talentsoft, Talent Review, and Compensation. And before we get started, I'd like to take a minute to talk about My Talentsoft because, as you know, we have redesigned completely from the ground up this HR digital platform. We've now have a platform that is completely designed around employee engagement. Employee engagement is about engagement of your managers, about you, HR, and of course about every employee within your company. But before we go into detail in every enhancement that we've come up with, I'd like to talk about one of our customers who has really pushed us these last few years in getting that product to the next level, and that customer is Limagrain. Limagrain is the 4th largest agricultural cooperative in the world, operates in 55 countries, and had unique challenges that they were able to address with Talentsoft. But I think that's enough for me. I'd like them to speak for themselves, so please.
Limagrain is an international cooperative group, meaning that it is owned by farmers. They are all based in Auvergne, in the middle of France, but the group is spread over almost 55 countries. We have 10,000 headcounts who are spread all over the world, and we have a global turnover of around 2 billion euros. Our main job is plant improvement, meaning we are producing, selling seeds, both field crop seeds, but also vegetable seeds and cereal products, ingredients, and bakery and pastry. Limagrain has very well-known brands, Jacquet for bakery, Brossard for pastry, but also for seeds, Vilmorin, and clothes. We have different HR challenges. The first one is probably the fact that we are an agricultural company in the agricultural sector, which is not the most attractive sector, so we need to attract people, and Talentsoft can help us. The second one is probably the fact that we have grown through external growth, acquiring different companies with different cultures, and we need to create a feeling of belonging and our employee feeling being Limagrain. And having a consistent and harmonized tool will certainly help us when we manage our people. The third one is recruitment. We need to simplify and harmonize the HR recruitment process. We have approximately 800 hirings per year, and thanks to the tool we can display our job offers on a single system and having access to different job boards, which is good in terms of employer brand. Talentsoft is useful for us because it is a solution which is adapted to the international size of our group. Thanks to this solution, we were obliged to work on our processes and to make them more standard and consistent. We have also the possibility with Talentsoft to adapt to local specificities, which is a real strength of the Talentsoft solution for us. Talentsoft is a tool for both the manager and the employee. The employee will find a unique place to have all information regarding his past history and also his performance and his career. And the manager will find the information about his team, the history of each member, but also the performance of his team, and he can have access to information in real time. So it's a real plus for both employee and manager. We consider Talentsoft as being a very good partner. Talentsoft has been listening for now more than 5 years to our needs. He has understood the specificities of our group, being a cooperative group with a quite complex organization. And also we appreciate the community of customers that Talentsoft has created, which allow us to meet some of the customers and to co-build the solutions and the improvements of the solutions with Talentsoft.
And now, in order to show off all these enhancements, I'd like to ask on stage with me Elodie Champagnat, Senior Management in Product Marketing, to help me show all this to you. Thank you. Now, Elodie, we have a lot of new things, so maybe you can get us started with a little scenario as to what we've come up with.
Hi, Justus. Hi, everyone. Let me first introduce myself quickly. I'm Elodie Champagnat. I'm a manager of a French business unit for Acme Corporation. And as you may have noticed, I'm pregnant. Thank you. So as a good manager, right now my priority is to organize my maternity leave, to find the right person to back me up, to ensure the continuity within my team. So for that purpose, I log in on my Talentsoft, the HR digital platform that we deployed at Acme. And here, I really appreciate this platform because I immediately feel in my universe. In one click on my picture, I access to my job title, my job description, my manager's name. And as you may have noticed as well, the graphic is also fully personalized. So here, I really feel that my experience is unique because all the information, all the context I get on this platform is fully adapted to my role, my context in the company. So now, what I do need to do is to find the right person to back me up. So in one click, I access these decision-making tools, like, for example, the job analysis, where I have here in the center my job description, the business unit manager, and all around, all the profile that best match to this job description. I'm among the analysis, of course, as a business unit manager, and I also noticed that Justus Geist is the one of my colleagues who is the closest to this job description in terms of competencies. So I really want to make sure that he's the right person, so I can compare his skills to the required competency of the job. I have in blue here the requirement on the job, and in purple, Justus' competencies. So here, I immediately see that there is a good coverage. He looks to be the right person to be my backup. And I also noticed that he has the required level of French, which is mandatory to manage my team based in France, in Paris. So I'm really convinced that Justus is the right person. Back to my Talentsoft, I can find Justus among my ecosystem, my connections. I have here more information about him. He's already a business unit manager in his country, in the UK, and I can, in one click, send him an email, contact him, to organize a quick meeting with him and organize my backup. So that's the first point. I have found my backup, and I'm really happy with that. But now, what I really want to do is to have a quick view on all the actions I have to complete with my team to assign to Justus all these actions while I'm absent, of course. So in the app My Follow Up, the widget My Follow Up, I can see here all the campaigns I'm involved in. And in one click, I can extend this app in the platform. So for me, as a user, the experience is very simple. I'm still on the same page. I have here all the information gathered for me, and I see all the actions to complete. I can filter them, for example, to filter them on the ones I still have to complete. And here, I get all my actions, all the team members I have to assess. I can mass select them to assign to Justus and delegate to him all these appraisal in one click. So now I'm done. I have found the right backup, and I have assigned to him all my actions. I'm ready, and I feel confident I leave my team in good conditions.
Thank you very much, Elodie. And now I'm coming back from my meeting with Elodie in Paris. I can access to my Talentsoft directly on my tablet or my telephone. And what I appreciate right here is that I can access to all the information about the members of my team directly within my Talentsoft. So taking over management of a new team requires that I get to know them better. So what I will do is I will go on my org chart, and most of you already know, of course, the org chart. And right here I can see especially one person that Elodie mentioned to me, Melanie. is someone that I have to really watch out for. Someone Elodie mentioned has great performance levels, has been a key talent for Acme for the past years, but someone who is also a high flight risk. And you can see right away on her business card here is that information that's aggregated from the different HR processes is accessible right away here on the org chart. Now what I'll do, I'll click on her name, and here is what we're really most proud of in my Talentsoft, the new talent profile. You have now information. You have now information about every single employee available in one single page in real time, and you can take direct action on them on the same page. Well, I can now access, of course, information such as her location or her job description, which I can take a look at. As you all know, our rich text job description with rich content that you can access directly here. Or I can access her manager. In this case, it would be, of course, myself. And once that's done, I'll get back to Melanie, because Elodie mentioned to me she's someone that is a high performer, but there's something wrong. So what will I do? I'll take a look at her mini CV that you all know, that's now accessible directly within the talent profile. And here I can see that someone at Acme who hasn't really evolved over the last few years. There's not been much professional development done for her. So once I've seen this, that gives me a first indicator that something's not quite right. Now, of course, I want to know more, so I'll go on her objectives. I'll check out her goals she's achieved over the past years. And here I can see, again, her goals are quite good. She has outperformed expectations, as Elodie mentioned. And I can access her history as well, so I can access the last few years of her performance as well directly on the talent profile. But all that is not enough. So what I'll do now is look at her compensation level. How much is she being paid? How much has she been paid over the last few years? And again, here, there's a very flat evolution in her salary. So another indicator as to why she may not be satisfied at Acme. So once that's said and done, I now have a confirmation that indeed Melanie is someone that I have to watch out for. And what I still like to do now, in speaking with Elodie, is someone that's a key talent. I really want to sign her up directly for a talent review. So all I need to do is go back up the page, and I can access directly the talent review here. I'll say recommend to talent review, mark her as a key or high potential key performer, and send her to talent review. It's as easy as that. Again, for the first time, you have all information about each single employee on one page in real time and take direct action on each one of them. I think that's just a great job. Thank you very much to all of our product and development teams for what they've done here. And we've done a lot more. Now, the talent review process, of course, business critical to many of you. It may be a high potential review or a high performer review in your company. But it's something that is very important, as it's an anticipative process that reviews key talent within your company and binds them towards you and your future strategy. And of course, at Talentsoft, we see this as a continuous conversation. And in this continuous conversation, we had a customer of ours, a partner, if you will, who's really pushed the envelope for us again. Joining one of our focus group, Elior, was a real motor behind, an engine, a driver behind the change in our talent review model. And Elior, of course, for those of you who don't know it, is a contracted food and support services company that's been working with Talentsoft for many years now. And in their focus group, they've really pushed us to bring innovation all around the talent review process. So again, I'd like to have them speak for themselves about their unique challenges when it comes to HR and Talentsoft.
Elior Group is a major player in the contracted food and support services industry. We operate in 13 countries, and we operate in the worlds of business, industry, healthcare, education, travel, leisure. Our 108,000 employees We have a very decentralized organization spread over more than 18,000 restaurants in the world. And last year we regenerated a revenue over 5.5 billion euros. Elior's subsidiaries are very autonomous in their HR policies, in the way they manage their people, but we have a common tool in order to ensure management consistency for all our employees in all Elior Group markets. This tool is Elior Talent by Talentsoft, and it is administrated at group level.
Last year we organized a satisfaction survey among manager and HR people. The return rate was around 32%, and to the question, how would you rate your experience with Elior Talent? 80% were satisfied.
From our perspective, this new investment has really given Talentsoft a new momentum, and we can feel that through the accelerated innovation of modules, which grow faster, which develop faster, and which are still more user-friendly. For the future, it's clear that we want to continue working with Talentsoft in that way, very close collaboration and elaborating products which really meet our operational managers. The key advantage of Talentsoft are its focus groups, which really allow us to work closely with them and to elaborate the products which meet our needs. Talentsoft teams really listen to us, really listen and understand our challenges, and they are very good at making each customer feel like he's a VIP.
Now I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming on stage with me Marine Riot from Elior. Please give her a warm round of applause. Marine, in the video, Mireille just talked about how important it was that Talentsoft made their customers feel like VIPs. Why is this so important to Elior?
Yes, we feel like VIPs because Talentsoft is listening to our needs and allow us to meet the expectation of our internal key users, which reinforce the credibility of the tool and of our action. For example, we needed to improve the talent module to simplify the task of HR people and managers. So since September, we work closely with Talentsoft on the talent grid, which is a great project evolution, by the way. And lastly, we feel like we're VIPs because we have a dedicated person, Rémi. I don't know where is Rémi, but he's always willing to help us and to find solutions to any issues we are facing.
It's great. What else can I say, huh? Now, as you mentioned before, satisfaction among your managers and employees is good. Why is this feedback so important in your use of Talentsoft?
Yes, we attach a big importance on the employee feedback. That is why we have an Elior Talents community. This community is made up of 11 key users from international markets, and we meet once a year during our evolution committee, and we improve the tool according to the employees' feedbacks and needs. And it's really important that they believe in and they like Elior Talents because they are our best spokespersons.
What advice could you then give to your fellow customers, prospects, friends in the room about your relationship with Talentsoft and how you work with them?
It's really important to consider that you are not in a client-provider relationship. You are in a partner relationship. It's not all about give and take. It's about how we can build together, Elior Group and Talentsoft, how we can build together better HR processes, better HR solutions for the future. So I would suggest to anyone here to take a full advantage of this partnership as anyone from Talentsoft to treat us as a partner and not just as a customer.
Thank you very much, Marine. Now, without further ado, we'd like to get started, of course, to show you the new Talent Review enhancements and product. And for that, I need, of course, help from my HR. And for that, I'd like to ask back on stage Alex, the HR director of Acme. Welcome back. Alex, now I just signed up one of my key talents in my team to the talent review, Melanie. Now, how can you help me get through this process easily?
So it's very easy now. Thanks to the latest evolution of Talentsoft, I can, in one click, access my talent grid. So what you are going to look at is this talent grid where what I really appreciate is that at a glance, I can have a look on a very important population with all the information I need. And what I really appreciate is that now I can take an action and fill a field directly in the grid.
Fantastic.
And it's not important just for me. It's important because it allows all the managers to use this talent grid very easily, because as soon as they've got an idea, an insight for someone of their team, they can just access the talent grid and fill the information. And the benefit it has is that now you don't have to wait 2 weeks or 1 week before the talent review to happen for managers to be involved. They can all along the year get this conversation with me, and that's what we are looking at. And so what I would recommend is that maybe we could focus on your team, Justus. Okay?
Please.
And so if I use the filter just to focus on your very team, what I noticed is that you had someone new in your team, Melanie Dupré.
Exactly, yeah.
And I would like to understand why you have suggested Melanie to integrate this talent grid, actually.
Well, you know, I just took over management of her recently. When I spoke to her former manager, she's someone who's a key potential for Acme, someone who has outperformed expectations. So I really think that we need to review her because there's some issue with her engagement today.
Yeah, what I noticed actually is that Elodie, during our appraisal, has rated her really as a high performance and a key potential. That's what I noticed on the sidebar. And so if you agree, we could still say that Melanie is still at high potential and is still above expectation dealing with performance, but I'm quite worried actually. Because, you know, thanks to Talentsoft, automatically the flight risk is triggered, and here it's high because of several criteria. The Talentsoft algorithms have deduced that she could leave the company, and so that's a real danger for us. So
absolutely. You know, that's the same feeling that I had when I spoke to her, that Elodie had when she talked to me. So I think we need to do something. You know, it's someone who has so much potential, but is little engaged at the moment with the company. So we need to get her back into the rhythm of Acme. So can you help me do something there?
Clear. I'm going to stay in the sidebar, and within the tools section, I'm going to use the mobility areas feature. And I really like this feature because what it will provide me, it's putting Melanie in the center. I can see what kind of jobs she could occupy, dealing with current skills and the requirements of these very jobs we are looking at. Okay. And so what we can notice here is that she could be promoted as a manager, actually, an HR manager. Mm-hmm. And so if I select the HR manager job, what I'm going to discover is the requirements in terms of skills of this HR manager job. And now if I look at Melanie's current skills, what I notice is that she could become this HR manager, but she lacks a very specific skill dealing with team management. And so, yes, we should promote her in that direction, but maybe we should help her to develop this missing skill.
I absolutely agree. Now, what can we do? Can we take care of that right away so we don't lose any time?
Let's go back to the talent grid. And what we're going to do is very simple. Thanks to the functional mobility field, we just click on the plus button. And what we're going to do is we are going to say she could become an HR manager, let's say at a 12 months or 24 months term, okay? But she's got to be trained. And so just aside, we go into the training tab.
Fantastic.
And we are going probably to push for the team management theme. And so she will follow a training session dealing with that theme. Let's do that ASAP. But as an HR director, what I know within Acme is that You do not have only to stick with traditional training sessions. You've got to go furthermore, and we should push another kind of development actions. We've got a lot of choices among blogging, among maybe intervening in public, or she could be mentored, or she could mentor someone. And what we've learned is that when you mentor someone within Acme, you really develop your team management skills.
So I can sign up for any type of learning action that I'd like?
Any type.
Fantastic.
So let's do that for Melanie, and I think that now she could be ready to go for the next step.
Well, Alex, thank you very much. I think we took the first step in securing her. Why don't you stay with me for just a moment, because I will need you again. So what Alex just showed you, and again, I'd really like to thank Elior and everyone in the focus group with on Baptist's team for the hard work they put in there, is a process that has become a continuous conversation between HR and managers. It's automatic. You have information pushed into the talent review. So again, wonderful work. Again, great job, guys. Which brings us again to Melanie. Now we've secured Melanie in terms of a promotion, so we hope that she's a bit more engaged, but there's still one major issue that we saw before in the talent profile, is her level of salary. So as a manager, I need to take care of that next. Again, before we talk about the salary review, and I think you see a bit of a theme going on here, I'd like to talk again about one of our clients. One of our customers has worked with us for the past 2 years, GFE, which is an IT services company with 12,000 employees who have been using our compensation module now for 2 years, and they've really helped us move on to the next level on salary review and compensation in terms of user-friendliness, feedback, benchmarks, and guides for managers within the solution. Again, GFE has very unique challenges, and I'd like them, again, to speak for themselves. So please, let's have a listen at GFE.
Le groupe GFI Informatique est un acteur majeur des services numériques avec 12 000 collaborateurs sur 40 sites en France et 7 pays à l'international. Son chiffre d'affaires, 890 millions d'euros, se concentre autour de 5 activités: le conseil, le développement des applications, l'infrastructure, l'intégration de logiciels ou encore le software. Et nous portons des offres particulièrement innovantes comme le digital, le cloud computing, l'outsourcing ou encore des solutions RH. L'innovation est vraiment importante dans la stratégie de GFI et dans celle également de la direction des ressources humaines. Nous avons digitalisé de nombreux processus RH et documents. En effet, on peut estimer à 80% le nombre de documents et processus qu'on a digitalisés. Ensuite, la place qu'on accorde aux salariés est vraiment importante et il est vraiment acteur de sa transformation au quotidien. Le module rémunération a vraiment été un module phare dans notre politique de gestion des ressources humaines et a modifié de nombreux processus dans le bon sens. Si je parle pour mon cas personnel en tant que ressources humaines, ça nous a permis de gagner énormément de temps et de fiabiliser nos données. Par ailleurs, pour les managers, ça leur permet d'avoir une navigation beaucoup plus fluide, d'avoir des informations en temps réel avec un pilotage centralisé. Et pour notre direction générale, ça a été aussi l'assurance d'avoir des données en temps réel pour pouvoir piloter en fait l'évolution de notre masse salariale. Ce que m'évoque Talentsoft, c'est avant tout un professionnalisme avec des experts qui sont vraiment à votre écoute pour partager avec vous vos problématiques et qui trouvent des solutions innovantes et adaptées à votre secteur d'activité. Par ailleurs, c'est une vraie collaboration entre le client et Talentsoft pour améliorer les produits. Et enfin, c'est une dynamique d'équipe qui est formidable et qu'on a envie de partager avec eux.
Donc dans la vidéo, France, vous avez mentionné la satisfaction de vos managers. En quoi leur satisfaction est importante pour vous, RH?
Oui, effectivement, la satisfaction de nos managers est vraiment importante. Nous considérons d'ailleurs Talentsoft comme une solution managériale et pas du tout comme une solution RH. L'idée étant de montrer aux managers quels sont les bénéfices opérationnels et quotidiens qu'ils peuvent en tirer. Nous avons fait participer plusieurs de nos managers à des groupes projets pour nous assurer que leurs enjeux opérationnels étaient bien pris en compte. Et puis un élément important, c'est la place qu'on doit octroyer en fait à la RH. Les RH ont participé au comité de direction opérationnelle
sont vraiment de business partners et sont en mesure de savoir si la solution correspond à leurs enjeux opérationnels.
Concernant la rémunération, vous avez participé au focus group de Talentsoft. Pouvez-vous nous parler du déploiement de Talentsoft chez GFI?
Oui, on a déployé Talentsoft en janvier 2015, donc ça fait 1 an et demi à peu près, auprès d'une centaine de managers pour couvrir l'ensemble du périmètre en France, soit nos 9600 collaborateurs. On a 3 campagnes annuelles dans l'année et justement notre deuxième campagne se termine demain. Et l'idée est avant tout de nous assurer que nos problématiques sectorielles sont bien prises en compte. On est dans un secteur vraiment concurrentiel et la rétention et la fidélisation de nos collaborateurs est vraiment importante. Donc en ce sens, Talentsoft répond à ce besoin de flexibilité. Et enfin, lors des focus group, on a pu remonter nos tendances, les tendances aussi du marché et nous assurer que les principales étaient prises dans la roadmap produit.
Parmi les atouts de Talentsoft, l'enthousiasme, le rayonnement de Talentsoft vous ont séduit. Racontez-nous un peu.
Oui, c'est une équipe vraiment jeune, dynamique, qui ne cesse de se renforcer et de se professionnaliser. J'ai rencontré il y a 1 mois le nouveau Success Customer Manager. C'est vraiment une aventure agréable à vivre et je recommande à tous de partager avec Talentsoft l'avenir de la RH.
Merci beaucoup, France. Merci. Well, now we're going to switch back to English, so if you need the translation the other way around, please do move your headphones again to channel 1. That worked a lot better in English, huh? Now, of course, we took care of Melanie, we reviewed her talent, we signed her up for training courses. Now it's time to look at her salary. And the salary review process, as you all know, can be a bit of a headache. So for that, I'd like to welcome back on stage my HR director at Acme, Alex. Welcome back.
Again.
Now, the salary review process at Acme is complex. You know, I work in the UK in pounds. The budgets I know are all in dollars. Melanie's salary in euros. That must be complex to manage for HR.
Yeah, I understand you're worried, but actually it's my everyday business. Because I've got to face different countries in different geographies working in their own currencies. So what we can do very easily, it's allowing everyone, every HR compagnon, every manager, to express their budgets, their sub-budgets, their proposals in the currency they want. That's what we can look here. We can have several currencies, and at the end, you decide to consolidate this budget in the currency you want, and automatically there are some conversions that be made. So what we can look at here is that, for instance, I've got my global Acme budget in dollars. I know, Justus, that you've got to work in pounds and to think in pounds, and I know that Melanie is French. So what I would recommend here, if you just want, you can see that we've got more than 15% of the budget that has already been consumed. It's around maybe $30,000. We can very easily convert thanks to the drop-down list this amount in pounds, if you want to know the correspondence dealing with your mindset. And in less than 1 second, it's done.
That's great, but you know we are quite a complex company, you know, with dependencies in multiple countries. How do you manage that mass of different currencies?
Well, it's true that if it was only 2 or 3 currencies, it wouldn't work. So right on the drop-down list, on the right, you see a link. If I click on this link, you will see a window where in this window, I've got all the currencies I can manage. And what I really like here is that I don't have to call for IT here. I just have to drag and drop a currency to insert it within all the budgets and all the currencies that I can manage. So once again, from even here, I can convert an amount in pounds into an amount in euros. I can do whatever I want in yens, in any currency. So for me, it's very convenient to do so, and the most important thing is to let managers work the way they want to, because otherwise they won't do the job I expect from them.
Which brings me to my next point. Me being a manager, you convinced me on the currency part, but the salary review process can be quite complex. What can you do to help me in terms of being a manager or my fellow managers?
Well, actually, the only thing that matters to me, it's not for you to know when it starts or when it ends, because in terms of experience, it's just logistics, but it won't help you. What will help you, it's really for you to understand why, once again, Acme, me, expect from you in terms of culture, in terms of practices. And so we've got to use all the means at our disposal to do so. So what I'm going to do for the future campaign, I'm going to insert video, which is very convenient for all the managers and for you just to understand what you should do. And it's a way for us to ease your experience as a manager dealing with compensation. Second, I've got to deal with benchmarks. I know it can help you a lot to know what you would be supposed to do in regard to the seniority of Melanie, in regard to your geography and so on. And I can push as many documents that I want. And at the end, I hope it will become really simple and it will ease your experience as a manager.
Okay, I'm convinced.
Hope so.
Of course, I have another challenge for you, workflows. So, you know, my workflow is different from Elodie's and her French business unit. That must be difficult to manage, however.
You've got to understand that, as everyone, you're special. And so you've got to get a special treatment. And that's exactly the way we have designed the workflow engine that has just been released, actually, by Talentsoft. Now it's very easy to pick for a workflow, to duplicate it if I want, to adapt to your very specific situation. And what I know is that in the UK, you've got here, we can look at different steps. Each step has its own status. And what I'm going to do for you, because you are working in the UK, it's adding a new step, because I know that there is an N+2 validation that doesn't exist in some other regions. So here, what is interesting, it's really to drag and drop the step, and that's the N+2 step, and to put it before the companion, as
and it works much better when I don't look at my emails at the same time as talking
but
to you.
You know, we are now doing so many things together. And so if you can focus a little on my demo, it will help me. Okay, please. And so thanks to drag and drop, I can really put this N+2 step before the compensation and benefit step and deal within this very step several status, and with the plus button, I can create as many statuses that I want. So once again, if this supposed so sophisticated process becomes as simple as drag and drop and plus, I think everyone can be really cool about his own experience within the compensation process.
Well, in that case, you know what? Let me get started.
We're ready.
Thank you very much, Alex. Now, I log back in to my Talentsoft because now I have to take care of the salary review of my team, especially Melanie, as we mentioned before. And I can see right away on my Talentsoft home screen that Alex's team has prepared a new HR app, a new widget for me that gives me direct access to the amount of budget that I've already consumed versus my complete budget. Now, all I have to do is click on the link in the widget, and I get redirected directly to the new Talentsoft Compensation Smart Grid. For, again, the very first time, I have all information about my team, about the salary review that I have to do in one single page. And before I get started, as Alex just mentioned, I need to figure out how am I going to do that. So that's why we now have an easy access to all HR guidelines within the Smart Grid. So I can take a look right here at a video that Alex and his team prepared, which is, of course, very nice, me being a member of Gen Y, or at least pretending to be. And having access to e-learning is absolutely what I need in my daily lives. And here I can have information about the entire salary process directly pushed to me. There's very little chance that I won't know what's going on after watching this. Of course, I have access to much more information, such as user guides and benchmarks from external services such as Towers Watson or Hayes, which is important not only to know how much am I allowed to give, But when I sit down with my team members, when I ask them and when I talk to them about their salary review, I need to be able to have the right and the good arguments with them why they have a certain raise or not. So in this case, I'm much more positive because Melanie does deserve a raise. So I'll go back on my smart grid. And here I can see right away that the system pushes me an alert. I have a red alert next to Melanie, meaning there's something not quite right with her current salary package. In order to know more, I go into the sidebar, and here I can see exactly where the discrepancy between her salary and our company's policy is. Now, seeing that, I of course want to take direct action. And again, what's very strong here is I can just click on the smart grid and give her, let's say, 6% raise. And the system calculates it automatically. It's not quite enough yet. She did have a promotion, you remember? And so I'll give her another 6% as an exceptional raise, meaning that right away the system knows I'm in line with compensation policy, and the alert has been turned off. It's now green. I'm good to go. Of course, I have to talk with HR. It's again about having a conversation with HR. In this case, I can leave a comment. I could say, yeah, I give her a 6% raise because she's a high potential and she had a promotion. And again, HR knows why I made a certain decision. I close that, and then I can have a quick look on the globality of my budget, on everything that I've spent already, the percentage that I have given to the entire team. Again, all information that I need and all information that I want to access is available to me in one single page. And this is, again, thanks to our customers such as GFI, thanks to our product team, Mathieu, and his teams. Again, thank you very much for all your help and for all your hard work in bringing this ready for our customers today. Thank you. Now, I think we've taken care of Melanie far enough, so let's take a quick look at what we saw today. I was able to take over management of a delegated team within one click, on the go, wherever I was. I have all information about everyone on my team in one single place, in real time, and I can take direct action on each one of them. We were able to make managers and HR business partners in the talent review. The continuous conversation that is so important, that you keep your key talents within your companies. And we're able to give a fully guided salary process to managers that is much more engaging, much easier, completely proofed against error, with automatic indicators, again in one single page. You don't have to navigate anywhere anymore to manage your employees, your team members. And now, of course, to close a little scenario, we had in the beginning a Melanie who was quite disengaged with our company. We were able to boost her, give her a promotion, and get her on the right track, and hopefully put her on the road to success for the future. So. I'd like to take just a second to thank everyone on the product and R&D teams, Julian's teams. I'd like to thank Baptiste, Mathieu, and Ali and their teams for all their hard work. So please give them a warm round of applause. I'd like to especially thank Marine and France, who were today with us, and Lima Grand, who were unfortunately not able to make it. So thank you again. But most of all, for our product and R&D teams, I'd like to thank you. Every one of you are of our customers who participate in our focus groups, who give feedback on TS Community, who speak to us whenever you feel that you can push us further, because your feedback drives our innovation. So I'd ask you, I would encourage you, whenever you want to give us feedback, whenever you think that we can do better, yes, we agree. So come and speak up. We want to listen. Thank you all. Thank you very much.